It's a Ferrari.
It's an F.U.V.
F.U.V. That's right. Well, it makes all the right noises. You got that great Ferrari V12.
So this first run is V12. There's speculation to say that the next run could be, V8 twin turbo, or it could be hybrid. So, and if they do that, it makes then this V12 more valuable.
Right. Well, the V12 will always be the heart of Ferrari.
It goes, huh? It goes.
Welcome to an episode of Jay Leno's Garage. Today we're featuring the car people thought would never ever get built. This is the Ferrari Purosangue. It is a SUV. In the old days, the idea of Ferrari doing an SUV seemed, ridiculous. Like people would fight over it. But with Lamborghini and Maserati, and it's a very popular market segment. And of course, they've got to come out with the best one. They're building 1,000 of these. If you want to buy one, they're already sold, so you'll probably have to wait till next year. We were fortunate. Our friend David Lee, the famed Ferrari collector here in Los Angeles, he's got one of the very first ones, and he's going to tell us about it now. David, come on in.
Hey, how you doing, Skinny Jay?
Good, my friend. How are you? How are you?
Good. How, can you believe it? It finally happened, huh?
I get it. You got to change with the market. It's what people, if you've got a two-seater Ferrari in a family, you can't buy another Ferrari, right. So you got to go to Maserati or get a Cadillac Escalade, so you might as well get in the market. Yep. But they didn't do it halfway. I mean, it looks like they really went all out. It's a V12. It's 715 horsepower, normally aspirated?
Yes.
Okay. So it's, in that sense, classic Ferrari, except you've got extremely comfortable seats in the rear. I mean, it's not like you're cramped back there. I think it's a pretty cool effort. My favorite thing when I see cars like this is the little tiny bit of space between that millimeters between the caliper and the wheel. It's so precise. Everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the thing that impresses me when you get it. Just the engineering is so good. There's not room for to hit the wheel or anything like that. All the panel gaps. I mean, the old days of guys at a factory hand beating a body, as cool as that was, it wasn't the fit and finish you get today. I mean, today Ferraris come with what, a 7-year guarantee with all maintenance paid for. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty impressive. It's really come into this millennium in an impressive way, because when the old man was running the company, it was all about racing, and still is, of course. Mm-hmm. But it's not the only thing, because to support racing, you got to sell cars. Yeah. And the idea of selling something to a rich guy just to get him out the door to get those days are gone forever. So you've got to sell something that's a quality product. Sure. And this really is impressive. Give us some more stats on this. Yeah, so it's a 6.5 liter engine. It's more of a mid-front setting, so the balance is better. They call it a F.U.V. Instead of an SUV, and it's not as high as other SUVs. So it's got less roll. You'll see if that's true. Got less roll, better center of gravity, and it's got a lot of creature comfort. This one has so many features like your new Rolls Royce that it's so comfortable. Yeah, and nowadays the car's got to be everything to everybody. Yes. In the old days you had a sports car, which was a sports car racing. Mm-hmm. Then you had a luxury car, which was luxury. Then you had an estate or a station wagon to carry the kids to school and do soccer runs and all that kind of thing. Now you get one vehicle that does all of those things. I mean, this is as fast as any Ferrari. Mm-hmm. I didn't notice it until you said it, because most of the time I'm up here with most SUVs, so it probably handles a lot better as well. Yeah, it certainly does. Like you say, probably this one is a car that is kind of an all-around car now for somebody. And the idea that every single one is sold, so it showed you there was a market hungry for a Ferrari SUV or F.U.V. Someone said, "Hey, F.U.V. Hey, F.U.V." So it sounds like you could. Yeah, it just sounds like you get two guys yelling at each other. But no, I mean it's smart. You see what the market wants, and then you meet those needs, or you go out of business. Yeah. And Jay, what do you think about the price? So base price is $400. And this one, because I have more option, it's end up to be $550, but it's $400 base price. Right. I know you like the value and everything. If Ferraris didn't hold their value, I would say, most people would say, well, that's crazy. But then 2 years later, you sell it for $6.25 or $6.50. So I mean, that's the Ferrari world. So it's expensive, but if you can afford it, it's probably a better investment than buying a $150,000 sports car that's devalued to $80,000 after a year and a half. Because let's face it, they do drop off.
Yeah.
Ferraris don't. Ferraris are one of the few cars that holds its value because they know how to keep it to one less than people want. You know?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
They made 1,000. They all sold probably for full price.
Right,
fine.
right, yeah.
And next year, if you want one, it's going to cost you another 50 or 60 grand. So
Yes,
it's very smart. It's very clever marketing. What is the official name of this color?
This is Gillo Modena.
A Gillo Modena.
Yeah, Gillo Modena.
Gillo Modena.
I know. Yeah, the fans are probably going to say, David's not saying it right, you know?
F.U.V, huh?
F.U.V.
F.U.V. Same to you, pal. Let's open the hood and see what the motor looks like. Where did I go? Go ahead. You
in the middle. Yeah, it's in the middle. And it opens
up.
up.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it opens up this way. Yep. You got the Ferrari
Oh, it's
engine
down in there, boy.
In there.
And it comes pretty much air conditioning and all the
all
standard
that.
options.
Yeah.
Electric windows, everything. 6.5 liter, as you said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a lot of, when we get in there, you'll see it's got a lot of feature comfort. You know, the steering wheel warmer, all the seats have lumbar support, hot, cold air, and even massage. Every seat has massage.
You get the massage. And obviously this is all the direct heat away and whatnot.
Yeah.
Not really much you can see here.
Yeah, it's all hidden in there because it's all packed into the mid.
But it's a V12. I got to imagine most of this servicing is done from below, probably.
Yeah, sure.
But it doesn't need much servicing.
It doesn't need, you know, before in the days where, I'm not going to buy a Ferrari because the service is really expensive, everything, those days are gone.
Yeah.
There's no service needed.
And you get 7 years of free service. That's
yeah.
impressive. Okay, very good. Let's put this back down.
Okay. Yep.
The thing that impressed me was how much room there is in the back. Now, how do you open? The back doors are up here.
Yeah, it's amazing. If you close the door, it like not very well, it will have the suctions in.
But you know, you sit upright, and actually this seat is back pretty much all the way. There's plenty of leg room back here. I mean, this is a really, you know, if you have to convince your spouse that no, honey, it's practical, honest. You know, that's the cool thing about it. You know. And this is a glass roof, and this one of those thermostatic deals that there's a change.
Yep. But it's a full seat, and actually you can get in real easy because the way it opens.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. Very nice.
Yeah, and there's a button somewhere. Okay, here you go.
Okay, let me just touch it again and it shuts.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. Let's see the trunk. Normally I wouldn't care about the trunk in a Ferrari, but.
Okay.
All right, not bad. And you press this. And
yeah. It's a good-looking car. I mean, good-looking.
It is.
A lot of the details, you know. I got carbon fiber things, but you know, also
now those standard, or is that an option?
That's an option.
So you got the carbon fiber package. Okay. Any other options on here?
Inside, like I said, even the massage seats, all that stuff is options. The carbon fiber steering wheel, the painted like center piece in the steering wheel is an option. So
you got every option they have.
Yeah, I got, you know, 150,000 of options.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That would be 2 Corvettes. You got 2 Corvettes worth of options on this car. That's impressive. Well, I think it's time we should take it for a ride.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get the wife and kids and put the bike in the back and get the soccer team and let's go for a ride.
In a Ferrari.
F.U.
F.U. F.U.V.
Sounds good.
Sounds like a V12, huh? You can go to Lowe's and get your stuff there, and to go to the soccer game. It's a little lower, you can tell. It's not as high as the
right.
SUVs.
Not as high as a lot of SUVs. Yeah. Got an 8,000 RPM red line, which is impressive.
Yeah. Have you tried some of those ice racing kind of course programs?
I haven't done one.
Yeah, they seem pretty cool though.
Yeah. Growing up in New England, that's what you did after a big snowstorm. You'd find you know, a shopping mall parking lot was closed. And, so, you know, shopping malls used to be closed on Sundays, you know,
yeah.
so you could, you know, go out
Right.
and slide all over the place.
That's the economy way of going about it.
Yeah, that's a cheap way. Save yourself a fortune.
So it's cool, you know. It's got the what is it? AirPlay, Apple Play.
You got CarPlay.
Yeah, Apple Play. It can do that remotely. You don't have to plug it in, which is good. I like that even though you don't have the 296, which also you drove, the instrumental, they still changed it. They still
Right.
updated it. It's not like the same the reciprocation.
Well, it makes all the right noises. You got that great Ferrari V12.
Yeah. You know, so this first run is V12. There's speculation to say that the next run could be you know, V8 twin turbo, or it could be
Right.
hybrid. So, you know, and if they do that, it makes then this V12 more valuable.
Right. Well, the V12 will always be the heart of Ferrari.
Yeah.
If the old man was alive, I don't think he'd recognize the company. Like you say, you either change with the market or you die.
Yeah.
You know, companies like Morgan, as much as I love them, they don't really adapt well, you know, and then only certain markets you can sell it in. And especially in Europe, you couldn't drive a car like this with a gas engine into the city center in most places now. But if you have a hybrid or at least an electric in town, that's comfortable, feels sporty.
Yeah.
Well, wonderfully smooth V12. David said everybody should drive a 12-cylinder car at least once in their life. And it's true.
Yeah. It's a different feeling, huh? V12.
How does it feel to you compared to other Ferraris you have? Do you feel the family resemblance, or?
Yeah, no, I mean, the DNA and everything is very much Ferrari. The engine sound and feel, steering, you know, a lot of the shifting, that's all very much Ferrari.
Right.
And then of course, but all the other stuff is really new things. You know, all this comfort and luxury.
Right.
Those are very new things. I mean, what do you think, Jay? I mean, does it feel like you've driven a lot of my Ferrari, so?
Yeah, I mean, the engine note sounds familiar. It's a wonderful V12. You know, all-wheel drive. I mean, yeah, it's for exactly what it is. It's if you're going to have a sporty SUV, this is the way to
This
go.
is the way to go, yeah.
You know, it's just weird to me to have a sporty luxury car or a luxury car that's sport. You know what I mean? I'm used to like single player thing, whatever it is. This is the race. It's a race car.
Right.
That's why it's noisy, or
Yeah.
it's quiet. That's why it's an electric, or you know.
Well, I think with Bentley and Lamborghini and Aston, even Rolls-Royce coming out. I mean, all these SUVs. There's a lot. Everybody's got one.
Yeah. And it's so funny that 700 horsepower is now the standard rate. You know what I mean? They used to be, oh my God, 700. I mean, when it first came out, the Hellcat in 15 with 707 horsepower, people thought, that's crazy. It almost seemed impossible.
Well, I mean, right now it's naturally aspirated V12, 6.5 liter, giving you that 700, you know, somewhat horsepower. To get more, they got to go hybrid.
Right.
Like the SF90 you drove of mine, that's 1,000 horsepower.
Right.
Yeah.
You feel how thin those tires are.
Yeah.
But you get that Ferrari whale, which that's what you pay for.
That's what you pay.
You know, that's the money shot.
Yeah. I think this car is going to do really well for Ferrari.
Well, it already has. It's sold out.
Yeah, so yeah.
You know, I mean, you can't do
It's
any
true.
better than that.
Yeah,
I mean, they barely announced it.
Yeah.
And you never see ads for Ferrari.
Yeah. And then as it's coming out, people want it, they cannot get it. That even makes it even more stronger for a secondary market. Do you own any SUVs, Jay? I don't know if you
No,
own.
I don't.
You don't actually, right? I don't recall you.
Well, I got
owning
my '68 Bronco.
one. Right.
that would be an SUV technically, I suppose.
Yeah.
But there's so much technology in this thing. It's just unbelievable. Well, you don't have to worry about scraping anything. You know, you're not going to break any splitter off.
Yeah. And it's got a lift in the front if you need it.
You got your tachometer built into the steering wheel.
Yeah. Like I said, if you're in the early in the morning and it's cold, you push the button, it warms the steering wheels. Is the steering very reactive?
Steering is very nice. Well, as far as ours had good steering. I mean, they've done a nice job integrating all of this. You know, in the old days, Italians putting all these electronics, you go, oh my God, this thing will be all over the place. But, I mean, that's one of those stereotypes that's obviously been broken.
Yeah. So far, Jay, again, this is my 13th time on your show. So far, all the Ferraris I brought, is there one that you like the best from your memory that you?
Well, I think that F40 I thought was pretty impressive.
I know you always like the F40.
Yeah. What's your favorite?
I mean, my favorite's the 288 GTO.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And recently, I got one in yellow. I mean, I bought it and I had to paint it.
Right.
Restored it really nice because it never came anything but red. But
was that right?
Yeah. So I went ahead and restored it really nicely.
Did the factory complain when you painted?
No, they actually there was a Ferrari expert appraiser that came and they said it got more value than if it was in red after what I did because I did such a good job. You got to do it right, restore it right. I think people are more acceptance of colors now.
How are those Dinos? Are those moving at all?
Yeah, those Dinos. Yeah, they're popular.
How many have you built so far?
5.
5.
Yeah.
Okay. And what were you going to build? 7 total or something?
Yeah.
As many as you could.
Many as I could, to a limit. But I think it's not for everybody because now the Dinos are 500,000-600,000 to buy them.
Right, it's crazy.
So for somebody to cut them up, you got to really have somebody might have, let's say, owned it a long time ago, bought it for 30,000.
Right.
They might do it as a donor car. So what do you think? Still very comfortable? Kind of just.
It's comfortable. You got the massaging seats and you've got plenty of leg room. It's not one of those buttock numbing seats that they have. Boom, you're right there.
Yeah. No, the Ferrari shifting is really good.
I like the wheel.
Yeah, that's no different than the regular.
Yeah, classic
car.
Ferrari wheel.
So it's got 8 gears.
Right.
It'll go to, the specs said it'll go to 190 miles per hour.
Yeah, sounds about right. When did you get this?
I got this about, about a month ago.
A month ago?
Yeah. It's the first client car in the U.S. that I still don't see any out in the street.
Pretty good.
It goes, huh?
It's a Ferrari.
It's an F.U.V.
It's an F.U.V. That's right. Have you driven any of the others, the Maserati or the Lamborghini or any other?
I would have to honestly say I haven't driven it, so it's hard for me to compare. Have you driven the others?
I have driven some, and this is quite impressive.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you close your eyes and you hear that V12, it's really very good. I always get people think I don't like it. I love the car. I just all the hassle of buying it. But it's because so many people want them. I get that. I think they make an excellent product.
Yeah.
I mean, an excellent product.
Yeah.
Especially now, a 7-year warranty. That's unprecedented.
Yeah.
That's great. And all maintenance is paid for.
Right.
I guess they figure most people baby them. The days of guys taking a Ferrari out and beating the crap out of it and claiming the dealer it broke because nobody really does that anymore. It's like it's a gentleman's car now. It's a car driven by a mature driver. I don't mean an age. I mean just has a maturity about driving and what it can do and what it can't do. So
sure.
So I think it's a safe bet to be able to do those kind of things.
Yep.
It's a shame Ferrari doesn't make any manual transmission cars anymore. Sometimes it's fun to have a car. It doesn't have to be the fastest, but if it's the best sounding and there's a lot of input,
So Jay, maybe for some of the guys, a lot of people, nowadays, especially younger people, when they're seeing this, they don't understand what's so great about it, right? Maybe you can share why the manual transmission is so fun to drive.
In the old days, an automatic could never ship faster than a human. It was like the human spirit, the human, the mind, all of it working together. But it's like they said that a machine would never beat a man at chess because a machine can't think. Well, now they can think, right. And it's the same thing with driving a car. There used to be a lot involved. It's why Porsches are so popular. They didn't, when they first came out, there wasn't much horsepower, but they had unique handling characteristics, and if you could master that, you were the guy.
Right.
Sure. You always read about a 90 horsepower Porsche beating a 400 horsepower Corvette because the guy knew how to handle it. So I think now it's like a lot of businesses now. You don't see craftsmen anymore. In the old days, every city had a craftsman. And maybe he made guns, or maybe he made watches, but he made a few items. He didn't make a lot, so he was a craftsman. Then machines came in. It could make thousands of items just as good. It's a bit like when the Swiss watch industry almost went out of business when the electric watches came in, because they couldn't keep time like an electric watch. It was just unbelievable. I mean, to the gazillionth of a second, they were never off. And the human could never build it. So instead, they built beautiful watches, watches that required maintenance. You could turn the back, and when you turned the little crown wheel, you'd hear it click, and you'd see all the little pieces intricately. So there was a fascination with it. And I think that's what really saved the watch industry, is the fact that they're just beautiful to look at. It's not how accurate they keep, because really, how accurate do you have to be? A millionth of a year, I mean, nobody's that. So it's really what it looks like on your wrist. I mean, and how it sounds.
And so obviously, you guys all know I'm in the watch business, but the Swiss watch industry has come back.
It's come back with a vengeance, and it's come back on the high end. Okay, because they don't say we're better than some scientific instrument. They're a man-made instrument made by human hands, and people like that. People like to see something. It's like how many times a lot of auto manufacturers, Ferrari included probably, when you have the builder sign the plate on the engine, you don't know who that guy is, but he's a guy, and he's the one that built your car. You know what I mean? It's that same type of thing. But David, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for always bringing the latest. Well, you have a lot of great cars, but you always bring the newest and greatest Ferrari, and it's always a pleasure and honor to drive them. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. I know the fans really like to take your take on what Ferrari is doing, so I'm
a huge fan of the cars. I like them. I just can't afford all the books. There's so many Ferrari books, and they're so expensive. I just can't afford the books.
That's why I still can't afford socks,
Yeah, exactly. Hey, we'll see you guys next week. Hope you like this sort of preview. We didn't explain it before. We should explain it. How do you say the name again?
Purosangue?
Purosangue. It means pure blood. Is that what it means?
Yeah, pure blood, or full-blooded.
Full-blooded. Okay, like Purosangue is what the French would do for Bugatti, pure blood. For the racehorses. So, so very good. Hey, hope you got. What was that?
That was weird. Never heard that sound before.
What was that?
I know. Like it rated to inside.
Is that somebody that went by us? It wasn't a car, was it?
No.
Wow, that was weird.
That was weird. Okay.
Well, more weird stuff next week. Hey, thanks for tuning in, you guys. And say thanks to David. And check out his website. What is your website?
Yeah, so Ferrari Collector David Lee on YouTube, since Ferrari you guys are on YouTube.
Ferrari Collector David Lee on YouTube.
Yeah.
And you can just see all the Ferraris he has. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, follow us. We got some cool stuff.
Okay, see you guys next week. Bye-bye. Pretty good.
It goes, huh? It goes.